Good morning, this is Kerrie from KDS Insurance Services, and I hope this message finds you well. It is the 4th of July this weekend, and so I wanted to just pop in today and make a video and talk to you a little bit about what I'm seeing across the board from my conversations in the last couple of weeks with many of you, and that's about our current insurance industry um, condition, if you will. Um, as you know, we're in the worst economy and inflation that we've had in over 40 years. And so a lot of people have a misconception that insurance is not influenced by what goes on in our economy, and that's just not the case. Insurance is definitely affected by what we see across the board in our economy, and so many of you are seeing drastic rate increases, especially on the property side. Part of that is, yes, due to the inflation that we're currently in. The carriers are pretty much all panicking because they're trying to make sure that their books are valid and that they don't drop their rating because their payouts are more than their premiums, and so we're in this constant state of flux, if you will, with these carriers. And carriers across the board that we don't normally see struggling with this are struggling, just like everybody. I mean, this is a very difficult time from an economic perspective for everybody across every industry. And so what we're seeing is pretty significant rate increases at renewal. The nice thing about being with my agency is that we have multiple carriers and that we have the opportunity to shop rates for you at renewal. So if you're getting a rate increase in at your renewal, please give us a call and I will happily reshop that for you with as many carriers as possible to find you the same packages at a better price. Now, this is a time-consuming endeavor because we have over 40 carriers here at KDS Insurance Services, and I try to reshop your rates with as many carriers as possible that fit in your market direction. In other words, that fit your circumstances, your property, and your automobiles. And it takes me about 5 to 6 hours to get through and quote your auto and your home and then any other coverages that we're talking about. So I really need at least 2 to 3 days because I get 2 to 3 of these requests right now anyways per day. And in order to give everybody the best opportunity and to completely quote every single carrier that's out there, I do need some time to do that, and so I'm just asking, if you're getting your rate increases, please give me at least 3 to 4 days prior to your renewal date to shop your rates so I can go out and I can look at every carrier and make sure that they are an option or they aren't an option. And this is true not only on the home but on the autos too. In Texas in particular, we are still recovering from the February 2021 massive snowstorm that caused just a huge payout on property claims, not only in autos but in homes. And so you combine that with our economy, and that is the reason why we are seeing such drastic changes in rates. And guys, it's everybody, it's just not you. It's just a very unfortunate circumstance right now with our economy, and until our economy turns around, we're going to be facing this challenge. The good news for you is that I do have as many carriers as possible to quote your renewal rates for you. It is important too to make sure that when we have this conversation that we make sure that if there's any changes to your property, if you've updated, if you've replaced your roof, if you've replaced any of your plumbing or electrical, because all of that is taken into consideration by the carriers when they re-underwrite a home. So if you've made any of those changes, it's really important to let me know so I can document that on your account, so when we do get to the point where we're shopping rates, that's a rating factor, and it can positively influence your rates. I also want to make sure that you know that it's really important for you to be checking with your carrier twice a year to check your loss history. I am seeing a lot of people that are shopping their rates, and there is wrong or misinformation on their loss history report. So what you have to do, you actually have to request this from your carrier. You just go to the carrier and you ask them to provide you a list of all of the claims that they've paid on your behalf, and then check that and make sure that that is correct and it actually does belong to you. If it doesn't belong to you, then you need to let the carrier know that there's inaccurate or false information on your loss history report, and they need to correct it. It's just like your credit report. You should be checking your credit report at least 2 times a year. Same thing here. You need to be checking with your home and your auto policy to see if they've paid any claims out on your behalf. I am not notified of every single claim that goes through the carriers, so I don't have that information, nor is it shared with me. That is something that is confidential to you, and if you want that information, you have to call a carrier and ask them specifically to pull your loss history and then send it to you. Now, I am hopeful. I am hearing some movement in the market, and I'm hoping by the end of the year that we see some rates flatten out. There are a couple of carriers that are being extremely competitive and aggressive right now, so they are actually changing their algorithms. So if you have a better credit score and you have no losses, some of the carriers are actually going in and changing the way their discount levels are running to try to offset the rate changes that we are seeing. Now, there are carriers that use credit profiling. None of the carriers actually use your credit report. What they're looking for is they're looking for a profile. And the profile doesn't show up as a hit on your credit report.
Unknown caller.
I'm so sorry. But it does show up as a profile. And that profile is definitely used by the carriers when they underwrite your policy. So, again, you need to be checking your credit report too to make sure that there's no inaccurate information on that, because the carriers do pull profiles. And that profile is checking payment regularity and payment history. So I just really wanted to come in today and just let you know that I feel the economy will, as far as the insurance is concerned, I think we'll see a flattening towards the end of the year. I think we're going to see some new carriers come into play. Some of the carriers that left the market, I feel, will be coming back on the property side, and just reach out to me. I definitely want to hear from you. If you're getting rate increases and you're not happy with them, please give me a call and we will take the necessary steps to shop your insurance. I hope this message finds everybody well. As you can see in this picture, this is my office. The office is based down in Hockley, Texas now, and we are completely and totally electronic and remote. So if you need documents or you need changes, you can either call the office, you can send me an email. Everything can be done electronically now, either using your email or using your phones, which is a great opportunity and makes things so much easier for both of us that we can communicate electronically. But this is the office, and I wanted you to see that this is where I operate from, and I would love the opportunity to hear from you. So also, please don't forget that we offer all lines of insurance, including life insurance, health insurance, disability insurance, accident insurance, and I'm here to help you. We have a wonderful program in place now through Transamerica for our younger insurance, which is a phenomenal product to help them plan for retirement. So if you have kids that are in their 20s that are just starting out their lives, this is a great opportunity for them to lock in a rate and work right now for their retirement. I can't stress that enough. They're probably not going to have any Social Security when they get ready to retire, so they need to be taking the steps right now to ensure their retirement. So I'd love to hear from you. Again, I'm going to give you the office numbers, 817-374-4477. That has not changed. The Houston Exchange is 832-391-8271. You can reach us on the web page, www.kds-insurance-services.com. And you can reach me on my cell phone, 817-694-0053. And of course, you can always reach me by email. I do just want to remind you too that I cannot accept voicemail messages for any changes to your insurance policies. For legal and compliance reasons, I do either need to speak to you or have some sort of text message or email with those changes. Voicemails are no longer accepted. So please make sure that you are sending me some sort of correspondence for those changes. And I hope this message finds you well. I hope that you are all doing great, and I would love the opportunity to hear from you. So please don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. I hope you're having a nice summer and that you're staying out of this terrible heat. Don't forget, hurricane season is in full swing, so if you are in the market for flood insurance, just remember when you buy flood insurance, there's a 30-day waiting period once you execute the application. So just keep that in mind if you are considering flood insurance. And I thank you so very much for your business. I know you have a choice, and I do appreciate your continued loyalty and support of myself and KDS Insurance Services. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Please stay cool, stay out of the heat. Remember, from 10 to 4 is the worst time of the day to be out in the heat. Heat stroke is definitely a possibility, and you are appreciated. So happy 4th of July, and I will see you in my next video. God bless.